All right, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about how the sentence of supervised release has changed with the November of 2025 guidelines late last year. Every year, the United States Sentencing Commission drafts amendments to the U.S. sentencing guidelines that will ultimately change many of the priorities and policies that courts nationwide have to follow. Once these changes are drafted, they go in front of Congress for 180 days for review. If Congress does not act, as they rarely do, these changes are enacted by default. This is how we ended up with a radically different philosophy for sentences of supervised release, which, as mentioned, started about 3 months ago. Before, supervised release after prison was seen as part of your sentence, with recommended terms based on the length of your sentence or some built in mandatory minimum, which most judges just defaulted to if it wasn't mandatory. There would be a recommended time based on the length of the sentence, etc. That's why the majority of federal cases saw 3 to 5 years of supervised release at sentencing. It's like a standard term in many cases. Now, imposed terms of supervised release are to be imposed only when necessary by law or only if deemed necessary after assessing the defendant. So courts will only dish out supervised release if deemed necessary, and they have to state why. The system seemed to finally acknowledge that making people follow broad rules that didn't have anything to do with rehabilitation and then sending them back to prison for breaking these rules wasn't helping anyone. This is a huge win that did not get enough attention. It's less waste in the system and speaks to a larger attitude shift about rehabilitation coming back into focus, as well as more individualized sentencing.